Hello, everyone. My name is Jenna Shersher, and I'm the founder and CEO of Twist Out Cancer. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you tonight. I never imagined that I would be invited into so many of your homes, so thank you for your hospitality. On behalf of the entire Twist Out Cancer board and Brushes with Cancer host committee, we want to thank each and every one of you for attending the first ever virtual Brushes with Cancer Chicago. While, of course, the virtual space is not a replacement for face-to-face interaction, there are, without a doubt, many benefits to going virtual. Early on in the pandemic, we made a conscious choice to pivot our work and function entirely virtually. As you know, we support one of the most vulnerable populations, and your safety and well-being matters deeply to us. The decision to go virtual also has provided us with an interesting opportunity to get back to our roots. When I was diagnosed with gray zone lymphoma at the age of 29, I spent a good portion of 2011 in lockdown with a compromised immune system. Scared to go outside for fear of getting sick, I had to learn how to exist in the shadows and make my home in the virtual space. The pandemic has forced all of us to learn how to navigate and connect in the virtual world. I've also found that living with COVID-19 has created a greater sense of understanding and empathy for our community members who have been touched by cancer. Each and every one of you has spent the greater portion of the year living with restrictions, fear, and uncertainty. And while the pandemic has caused many casualties and extraordinary stress and pain for our community members, it has also created an interesting backdrop for fostering meaningful relationships. Over the last 6 months, our inspirations and artists have connected virtually. They've learned to share their stories, listen to one another, and develop friendships that we hope will last beyond the construct of the program. At Twist, we believe that when you share, the world opens up. Through strategic matches and unexpected intersections, our participants had a chance to share, connect, and heal. It is no easy task to share your story. Our inspirations bravely opened themselves up and made themselves vulnerable. And our artists were challenged with the ever-so-daunting task of creating a unique piece of artwork reflective of their inspiration's journey with cancer. As we begin tonight's journey together, yet apart, whether at home and dressed up or in a hospital room hooked up, tonight we honor and celebrate and allow ourselves to be enveloped by the stories and experiences of 55 participants. We are enveloped by the hard and triumphant, by the lessons that you have chosen to impart, and by the needs that you have articulated. We are enveloped by the extraordinary creative expression of generosity, love, and gratitude. As you all know, cancer doesn't only affect the individual with the disease, but it affects our inner and outer circle. We do not and cannot experience cancer alone. Inevitably, it impacts those we care about the most. So, when you look around the virtual gallery tonight from the comfort and safety of your home or hospital room, I encourage you to immerse yourself in what lies beneath and beyond the paint and brushstrokes. Immerse yourself in the stories behind each artwork. So, to raise a glass and celebrate our participants tonight, I now turn it over to your bartender for the evening, Kyle Davidson, coming to you live from Giant Restaurant in Logan Square. Kyle, take it away.
Thanks, Jenna. Welcome, everyone. I'm honored to be contributing to this wonderful cause with something that I love to do, which is to make cocktails. So I'll kind of take you step by step as we work on twisting a classic called the Paloma. So the Paloma is one of my favorites. If you're traveling in Mexico, you might pull over and find yourself enjoying a tequila and squirt, maybe a little salt on the rim. We're going to kind of deconstruct that a little bit, but make sure that it's with common ingredients that you'll find at home. And it's something that can be made with or without alcohol, and also can be kind of tweaked for your situation. So I'm going to take it very seriously like I like to do, so feel free to follow along. So we're going to start with some prepared ingredients. We've got some fresh lime juice, fresh grapefruit juice, some simple syrup, of course the mezcal, the best part. Some people prefer tequila. I like mezcal, it's got a little bit of a smoky flavor. And we've also prepared some rosemary and a salt solution. Again, when it comes to cocktails, I'm kind of a control freak. Some people like to put it on the rim. I like to make this, that way you control it just right. So we're gonna start with the lime juice, about 3/4 of an ounce. Then some simple syrup, about 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. We're kind of making our own squirt here. So when you think about what soda is, it's a little bit of acid, a little bit of sugar, some carbonated water. So in this case, we're providing the flavors of lime and grapefruit, about an ounce of fresh grapefruit juice. Then we'll chill the drink and top it off with some club soda. So the twist is that we're adding a bit of rosemary. I think grapefruit and rosemary is one of my favorite flavor combinations. The grapefruits become seasonal in the winter actually, and rosemary just has that kind of fall, winter appeal. So I think it's both a very refreshing drink, something that could fit in the summer as well, but it's best right around this time of year. And then of course, adding the mezcal, I always add the spirits last because if you make a mistake with a little bit of lime juice or sugar, it's not a big deal. But once you add this, it's now we're in business. So we've got this all mixed up. We've got our garnish pre-made. I'm going to serve it in a tall glass. And when I shake the cocktail, I'm going to try to wake it up a little bit. You know, shake it, give it some life, and get it chilled quickly. Get a good seal. We are going to top it with some club soda, so we don't need to dilute it too much. Some drinks you want to really work on it. It's going to be served up. This one is going to be nice and refreshing with some club soda. So I'm going to add my ice last because let's say you need to do something or another guest arrives, you have something else to do. The drink is kind of in stasis here. It's going to be ready to be finished. And we're going to top it with a bit of sparkling water. And then our twist. So this way we've kind of layered in some flavor. We've got grapefruit juice and the peel. The oil has a nice fragrance to it. The rosemary itself will work with the drink. All right, back to you, Jenna.
Thank you, Kyle. That drink looks amazing. Now let's all raise a glass to the incredible participants who spent the last 6 months opening up and sharing their experience. We applaud your bravery and willingness to join us on this journey. We also want to thank all of our supporters who are here with us this evening. We truly could not have done this without you. So cheers, Probst, L'chaim. Now it is with great pride and excitement that I introduce you to two very dear and extraordinarily talented friends, Sam Barsh and Jessie Poulter. Sam is a multi-platinum Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer, and keyboardist, and Jessie Poulter is a prolific singer-songwriter and award-winning jazz vocalist. Coming to you live from LA, take it away, Sam and Jessie.
Hello, how you doing? So nice to hear from you. Things have been going well, better than ever, it's true. Say what you've got brewing, fill me in what's new. Sounding good, I can tell we made the right move. Let's not visit what went wrong. We are where we both belong, and it's easy now to see. There was a better end than what we had planned. Needed to break, not bend. So let's not pretend it was meant to be. Sure you'll agree that you did you, and so I didn't mean that's what I'm going to say, but not tomorrow or today. How's your lovely family? I saw a photograph. The little ones just like you, they grow up so fast. Ooh, all my hard work paid off. You've watched me finally take off. me. You knew me back when, whoa, let's not visit what went wrong. We are where we both belong, and it's easy now to see. There was a better end than what we had planned. Needed to break, not bend. So let's not pretend it was meant to be. Sure you'll agree that you did you, and so I did me. That's what I'm going to say, but not tomorrow or today. So until then, swallow all the words that I can. I don't know when, but I'm sure we'll meet once again. And on that day, we'll have saved up so much to say. That's how it's got to play. 'Cause there was a better end than what we had planned. Needed to break, not bend. So let's not pretend it was meant to be. Sure you'll agree that you did you, and so I did me. That's what I'm going to say, but not tomorrow, no. That's what I'm going to say, but not tomorrow, no. That's what I'm going to say, but not tomorrow or today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, but not more today.
Hello, everyone. I feel so grateful to present this meaningful award honoring Sean Green, a former Twist Out Cancer board member and the late husband of Erin Green, who's a current board member. The Sean Strong Award was created to carry on Sean's legacy. Sean passed away from brain cancer in December 2015, but he fought the disease with such strength, optimism, and courage the year and a half before that. Erin was in awe of it, and she says it got her through times when she felt like she should have been the one being strong, optimistic, and courageous for him. The Twist Out Cancer Board selects a recipient for this award who embodies these Sean Strong characteristics. The first characteristic is optimistic. No matter what was happening, Sean would always say, "Every day is a good day." Each day he got to be here with his family and friends was a day he was going to cherish. The second is positive outlook. Even in the face of a very grim diagnosis and after many setbacks, Sean had a strong desire to fight his hardest to beat his cancer, not only for himself, but for his family. His ability to stay so positive also impacted others by helping them stay positive as well. And the third is determined and courageous. Sean stayed focused on his fight and was willing to try anything that his family suggested to treat his disease. Without complaining, he was willing to follow a strict diet, try alternative treatments, and work hard at rehab every day. He didn't give up. Each year, this award goes to a person who embodies those same exceptional qualities in the face of such an ugly illness. The award itself was created by Sean and Erin's daughter, Avery. As a prior recipient, I feel so honored this year to present this very special award with Avery's artwork to Megan Healy.
I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You've made me feel acknowledged for my battle with cancer. You know, I fought every single day like Sean did, with a smile on my face, with optimism and gratitude. And you guys have given me an award for just being me. It really means so much to me, and I am so happy to be a part of this organization. Twist Out Cancer is the best. You guys really see people for who they are and recognize how hard they fought. I fought so hard, and I'm so happy to be here today. And I'm so grateful for this honor. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Edelston, and I'm the Executive Board Chair here at Twist Out Cancer. This is my 7th year at Twist, and my 3rd as the chair. I initially became involved with Twist because of a friend's experience, and my firm belief that emotional support and mental health are critical to one's physical health. Since then, I've been preaching our tagline, share, connect, and heal. But this past year, I really started living it. Things became even more personal for me when 2 days before last year's Brushes with Cancer program in Chicago, my family found out my aunt had late-stage ovarian cancer. Neither she nor I was ready to share the news at that point, but over the last year, we've all found great comfort in openly and candidly discussing what's going on. And while our fight continues and her future is uncertain, the reality is that taking the first step to openly share her story, something that does not come naturally to most, has strengthened our connection as a family and allowed us to heal in many ways. The unfortunate reality is that cancer can strike anywhere, anytime. That's why we at Twist Out Cancer have worked hard to create and improve our signature program, Brushes with Cancer, so that everybody has the opportunity to share, connect, and heal together. So I want to begin by thanking all the folks that have worked diligently to bring this year's program together. First and foremost, thank you to the inspirations. You all bravely chose to open up and share your journey. Your choice to tell your story publicly is truly inspirational and so helpful to those who are struggling right now. We look forward to hearing your stories tonight and appreciate the courage it takes to really become an inspiration. We also need to thank all the artists who have dedicated their time, their skill, and their compassion over the last several months. It is your insight and your creativity that brings these stories to life. Of course, we want to thank Jenna and Amelia and all the board members and volunteers who operate tirelessly behind the scene to make this night and all of our programs a success. And a very big thank you to the extraordinarily generous donors and sponsors who've provided us the funding required to offer our platform. It is your support that has allowed us to grow and help so many over the past 9 years. When Twist Out Cancer began, our first Brushes with Cancer program consisted of about 20 inspirations and about 100 folks that attended our gala. Since then, we've been able to touch over 32,000 individuals and have successfully offered numerous Brushes with Cancer programs throughout the US and Canada. Even more exciting, our expansion into the virtual space provides us the ability to reach thousands more a year, regardless of their geographic or physical limitations. Going virtual has aided in one of our long-time goals of bringing our program to hospitals, where this year we're donating hundreds of tickets to participants, patients, and their support teams. And on that note, we'd really like to extend a very warm welcome to everybody tuning in from their treatment center. Another new and exciting update is our partnership with GM. This collaboration began at Brushes with Cancer Detroit last year and developed into an absolutely beautiful and groundbreaking program. Not only was it our first virtual event, it was our first corporate partnership of its kind. As a great company that cares about its employees, GM licensed our Brushes with Cancer program and made it their own. All the inspirations and artists came right from the GM Design Center, and they did an amazing job producing one of the most moving events I've been part of. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch, please do so. It is uniquely touching. As we look forward, this type of corporate partnership is going to be a focus of ours. With so many great companies looking to expand their employee wellness programs beyond just an exercise facility and flu shots, we know Brushes with Cancer is a great option with a proven track record. If you would like to bring the program to your company or your community, please just simply reach out to me, Jenna, Amelia, or any of the board members for more information. Now, in a normal year, where we're doing most of this in person, it would be about now in my talk that I would challenge all of you to connect with someone new tonight, which I still do. But this year is no normal year. This year requires more of us. While so much seems so divided, it's important to remember we here tonight are all part of the community of those that have been touched by cancer and are all unified in our fight against cancer. So as you watch tonight's program, think of ways you can help. That may be helping someone in your family or a friend. It could be helping in your community or at your job, or even just finding a way to help yourself. No matter how you find a way to help, I bet there's a good chance it starts by sharing and connecting. So thank you all for your support, and please join me in a great evening ahead.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for your incredible leadership and support these last few years. I don't know what we would do without you. I want to also thank all of our VIP guests that are here with us tonight, which include our inspirations, artists, loved ones, and sponsors. We are so grateful for your support and commitment to Brushes with Cancer. So before we wrap this private gathering with another great performance, I'd like to invite you to stick around for the main program. We've got quite the evening planned ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jesse Poulter and Sam Barsh.
Twist Out Cancer, we love you. Thank you so much for having us here. We're Palter Ego, Sam Barsh on the keys. My name is Jesse Poulter. We hope this finds every one of you safe, sane, well. Twist Out Cancer continues to do amazing things, and we're so honored that you asked us to be a part of the amazing work that you do. This next song we're going to do is one I think we can all relate to right now. This one's called I Cried on the Train. Do you ever wonder if there really is some grand scheme when you realize that things might not be what they seem? I was taking a train on home and searching for a friendly face to bring me comfort in this dark and lonely place. Alone again on the main line. Don't know how the sun still can shine at all today. I want to pause to sing till things can go my way, but the clock will not make any exceptions. Wheels keep turning, world keeps moving, tears keep falling down my face. Wind keeps blowing, life keeps going without knowing where the train will drop us off. I asked for directions, but no one took the time to say if I was going anywhere near the right way. thinking is I wanna be anywhere but here, alone again on the main line. I don't know how the sun still can shine at all today. I want to pause to sing till things can go my way, but the clock will not make any exceptions. Whoa, wheels keep turning, world keeps moving, tears keep falling down my face, wind keeps blowing, life keeps going without knowing where the train will drop us off. Well, I guess it's times like these I wish that you were there, just because I feel at home with you no matter where. This world is so big and I feel small and scared that I will never find a reason to want to go on. Wheels keep turning, world keeps moving, tears keep falling, oh, they keep on falling down my face, wind keeps blowing, life keeps going without knowing. Tears keep falling, oh, they keep on falling down my face, wheels keep blowing, life keeps going without knowing where the train will drop us off. We love you, Twist Out Cancer. Thank you so much for having us.
Hello and welcome to the 9th Chicago Brushes with Cancer event. I am Anthony Ponce and we are coming at you live tonight from the Grand Kimball Lodge here in Logan Square on the northwest side of Chicago. My name is Anthony Ponce. I'm a longtime journalist here in the city of Chicago. I've been involved with Brushes with Cancer for a number of years in a number of different venues. I've seen the event change its face many times over the years, and this year, obviously, it doesn't look like it does in a typical year, but that's 2020, right? It's not stopping us from plowing right through. So we do have an incredible virtual event for you this evening. It's packed with inspiration, artwork as always, music, dance, and a very special, you're not going to want to miss this, a live art collaboration between a two-time cancer survivor who will be sharing her story and a performance artist. This is going to happen in real time. They're going to be creating a painting inspired by her story. You do not want to miss that, so stick around for that. This incredible event and organization wouldn't exist without the tireless drive and endless commitment of Jenna Benn Shersher. She is the founder and inspiration behind Twist Out Cancer, this incredible organization providing emotional support to individuals touched by cancer through creative arts programming. Brushes with Cancer being the flagship program of Twist Out Cancer. This is a celebration of survivorship and hope that pairs those touched by cancer with talented artists working in various mediums who are charged with creating a unique piece of artwork reflective of their inspiration's journey with cancer. Now, since its inception in 2012, Brushes has taken place in Chicago, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Philadelphia, Austin, Toronto, and Montreal and Tel Aviv. So this is an international thing now. It started out as a grassroots movement. It's gone international and impacted some 33,000 individuals worldwide. And this remarkable program was actually recently profiled in the New York Times by journalist Susan Gubar, who wrote, like Frida Kahlo, who painted flowers so they would not die, the participants in Brushes with Cancer illuminate the meaning of Thomas Merton's statement that art enables us to both find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. And tonight, we hope you lose yourself in the stories and the artwork of the 54 participants, their stories of strength and hope. And the artwork that you do see tonight in our virtual 3D gallery and website is going to be auctioned off, and all the proceeds from the auction will be going directly back into funding the Brushes with Cancer program. And the auction, FYI, it will promptly close 15 minutes following tonight's program, so please start your bidding, and remember, you can always purchase the artwork outright. Now, in addition to the art auction itself, each guest tonight is automatically included in our raffle. We have plenty of awesome prizes, private trainer sessions, acupuncture, wine, art prints, much, much, much more. And for only 100 of you out there, we are also giving the opportunity to purchase a premier raffle ticket, which can win you a 7-night luxury stay in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico for you and 7 other people. You can head over to the auction site to learn more about that and purchase a ticket. There's a long time window on when those tickets will work, so don't worry about the pandemic. You'll have a couple of years to take advantage of that opportunity. All right. So we know this isn't our typical annual gala. We're doing it virtual this year. Still, while for many of you out there, a virtual event might sound like kind of a compromise, there are those in our community who, to them, virtual is the only safe way to participate in Brushes and feel included. And this evening, I'm joined by Callie Cullinan. She is one of those special guests tonight. She is joining me live via Zoom. Callie, talk about your connection with Twist Out Cancer and Brushes.
Yeah, so I got involved with Twist Out Cancer and Brushes with Cancer this past year, but I've been aware of it for a few years now. A close friend of mine has been involved for years and years, and this year I decided that I wanted to be part of it. So I joined back in January as both a twist shop facilitator and as an artist for Brushes with Cancer.
Oh, as an artist. So do you have work tonight on display?
I do have a piece on display that I've worked on over the summer with inspired by my wonderful inspiration who's been so great and open and honest with me. So I have that piece here for her tonight.
We cannot wait to see that. Now, this decision to go virtual instead of in person, a lot of events during the year 2020, they've gone with kind of a hybrid model or a toned down version. What's your circumstance this year, and how are you able to participate with us tonight in a way that you wouldn't have if it was in person like a normal year?
Yeah, so I'm so grateful that I'm able to participate virtually this year. I was actually diagnosed myself with cancer in July, and I'm currently undergoing chemotherapy. And so for it being virtual, I'm able to participate in a way that's like safe for me and for my health, but also get to experience this wonderful event that we've been working on all year as well. So I feel very grateful.
We are so grateful that you're able to participate. Can you give us an update on where you are in your treatment?
Yeah, so right now I'm about halfway through chemotherapy. I'm undergoing 20 weeks of chemo. So I'm right at the halfway point, actually, which is great. But it does definitely impact my ability to get out and to do things. So, being able to, there's something I can do and can participate in is really exciting.
Well, it's so great to be able to see you. Look and sound absolutely great, and we're going to be polling for you and sending you great vibes. Callie, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Real quick, we do have an exciting update to announce right now. All the donations and art purchases made that are over $175 tonight is going to be matched with an equal donation from the Coleman Foundation. And so we do hope that you will consider giving generously. Again, that benchmark is $175. And to make a donation, please text the word brushes to the number 243-725. Again, that is 243-725. And just text the word brushes. It's incredible. We do want to thank the Coleman Foundation for this matching. And with that, we will be right back.
What's up, y'all? I'm Gideon Akande of Get Fit with Giddy, and I hope you're enjoying Brushes with Cancer. Now, we're spending more time behind a screen more than ever, and I want to take this time to go through a couple of stretches that'll help you feel loose as we enjoy today's ceremony. Go ahead and bring that right arm across your chest, underhook your left, and keep the shoulder low. From here, you're going to feel a great stretch through the upper back and into the shoulder. Go ahead and switch those sides so we can enjoy that stretch on the opposite side. As you hold, breathe deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth, and relax. I hope you enjoyed that stretch, and throughout the course of today's celebration, I'll be checking in on you. We'll see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, a longtime Twist Out Cancer supporter, real estate broker, philanthropist, and the first Brushes with Cancer Chicago honoree, Danny Glick.
It was November 2008, the day after the presidential election. I was sitting in my condo in Chicago when I received a phone call from my parents in Cleveland. After exchanging the typical pleasantries, how are you, how was your day, they said, we need to share some news with you. Now, my mom being 71 and my dad being 88, living in Cleveland, I was pretty sure they were just going to tell me they were moving to Boca. But because the words were said in a heavy tone, I knew the news must have some gravity. Maybe someone in our family was ill, maybe someone had even passed away. But then the words came out of my dad's mouth. Mother has cancer. Time stopped, and everything in that moment was indelibly etched into my mind. Where I was, how I was sitting, the light in the room, what I was looking at, everything changed in that moment. 3 words, and the trajectory of our family's life had taken a massive and unexpected turn. The following 3 years were a barrage of what you'd expect: surgeries, chemotherapy, articles emailed that shared news about the best diets, the best treatments, the latest possible discoveries. My mom was nothing if not a voracious reader and critical thinker. She read all the technical papers and knew exactly what chemical reactions were supposed to be happening in her body. She continued to work, play tennis, and carry on with life as best she could. For me, trips from Chicago to Cleveland became a much more regular occurrence. As my mother's needs increased, my sister, an inspiration for one of this year's artists, moved home to care for her full-time. There were days filled with hope and optimism, and those filled with downright dejection. For sure, life as we knew it had changed. During this time, I donated as much as I could to cancer research. But watching my mother and my aunt, who by that time had also been diagnosed with cancer, I realized that as important as research is, and it is important, it's not something that's immediately tangible. It's not something that comforts a cancer caregiver, loved one, or patient today. I realized that what they needed was to be comforted. And there's nothing that comforts people more than feeling connected. When you meet someone who's experienced what you've experienced, or darn close to it, you immediately feel connected to them in a way unlike any other. They understand what you've been through. It was then that I realized that organizations that provide programs and opportunities for that type of connection are invaluable to all those touched by cancer. And those organizations need just as much support as the amazing companies doing cancer research. This is why Twist Out Cancer is such an invaluable organization. The programs they've designed strike at the heart of connection. But Twist Out Cancer goes even a step further. Because of the creative nature of art, Twist Out Cancer also allows for expression, open expression, against a blank canvas, framed with understanding, love, and support. Whether it's a weekly twist shop or tonight's Brushes with Cancer event, everyone here is bonded together in experiences that are uniquely their own, yet uniquely understood. Not only do I and my family support Twist Out Cancer, but tonight we are its beneficiaries. Over the past few months, my sister Lisa has been able to share her inspirational story with Nicole Gordon, an artist gifted with amazing skill and a huge heart. Through numerous conversations and meetings, Lisa was able to share with Nicole all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions she had as she cared for our ailing mother. Surrounded by my mother's spirit, Nicole was then able to bring Lisa's thoughts, feelings, and emotions to life in an amazing, inspiring, and touching work of art. Even though our mother has been gone for almost 9 years, this was a cathartic experience, both for my sister and for Nicole. It's been an extremely special honor to serve as this year's Brushes with Cancer honoree. On behalf of our entire family, I extend our deepest appreciation to Jenna, Benn, Shersher, the board, and staff. It is my hope that all of you will continue to support Twist Out Cancer so that they can continue to offer all those touched by cancer a place to heal, feel comfort, and connect. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny, for your kind and prolific words. We are so grateful to have you involved with Twist Out Cancer. Tonight, we're excited to pay homage to how the Twist Out Cancer movement started. Back in 2011, when I was 29 years old and diagnosed with Gray's lymphoma, I was immunosuppressed, lonely, and desperate to reconnect with the world around me. I remembered the relentless, nagging desire to retreat. I wanted to hide and pretend as if my life had not been turned upside down. If I had let cancer limit me, quiet me, shame me, I would have missed out on so many opportunities. It was that shame and fear that tried to paralyze me, but instead inspired me. As I blogged in a raw and unapologetic way about my experiences with cancer, I found the more that I shared, the more the world opened up. So I put a video of myself doing the twist up on YouTube and Facebook and asked for people to join me on the dance floor. And within a couple of days, thousands of people were twisting out cancer. When the pandemic hit, our first priority was to find ways to provide impactful experiences in a safe, accessible, and meaningful way. We also realized early on that virtual world has no boundaries, and we have the opportunity to touch far more people than we have previously. Our decision to go virtual, I assure you, was not easy. But with the impact we have seen over the last few months, we are committed to always having a strong virtual component to our programming. The pandemic has forced us to reimagine and innovate how we implement our mission and work. To quote one of our beloved inspirations, Charlene Recto, "Good things come from bad situations." While so many of you are joining us from the comfort and safety of your home, we wanted to let you know that we have provided hundreds of free tickets to hospitalized cancer patients and their families so that they could be a part of this beautiful celebration. The virtual space has allowed us to reach people that otherwise would not have been able to access this transformative program. During the pandemic, we have seen a heightened sense of empathy and understanding amongst our participants. The connections created from this year's program are authentic, real, honest, and raw. Tonight, we celebrate those connections and unveil the newest Brushes with Cancer video that highlights the power of virtual connection. Take a look.
What to say to someone with cancer. Stay strong. Get well soon. Feel better.
I went through cancer treatment 25 years ago. Back then, internet was not something that we used. There was no way to communicate with friends and family outside of cards in the mail. I remember my mom bringing in get well cards by the hefty bag. As I opened up thousands of cards, it made me feel pitied. There was so much love behind it. But when you read the same thing over and over and over again, it just feels like empty platitudes.
As an artist, I have to make a connection. I don't think we've had a phone conversation that was less than an hour. After talking with her, I thought that she really needed to be part of the process, which is not typical. And she's like, I'm up for it, let's do it. So I literally found greeting cards online, and she and I took turns tearing up and pasting them onto a canvas.
It was sort of this unexpected, really healing, positive effect of participating in the program.
I felt the need to say something, change the conversation about what to say to someone with cancer.
Pain comes from suppression of emotion. And I think to be able to talk about things that were not always easy to talk about, I just think this program can be incredibly healing. Brushes with Cancer, whether you're participating in the program, you're coming to the event, your heart will be moved. And that will be a full day. Feel the power of art, to see how a bond has been formed over a short period of time, all virtually. That's powerful stuff.
All right, we hope you enjoyed that video. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to tonight's keynote speaker, Ethan Zahn. Now, for those who don't know Ethan, he is a humanitarian, a former professional soccer player. He is winner of the hit reality television show Survivor Africa and co-founder of Grassroots Soccer. Now, back in 2009, Ethan was a fit, active 35-year-old athlete when he became an unlikely face of cancer. Diagnosed not once, but 2 times with Hodgkin's lymphoma. He endured years of aggressive treatment, including 2 stem cell transplants. Never losing optimism, never losing spirit or his sense of humor despite extraordinary rigors and setbacks, Ethan used his journey and considerable platform as well to connect with others. His inspiration to help heal the world stems from being taught at an early age the importance of kindness, the importance of community, and a connection to social goodness. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ethan Zahn.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Anthony. What's up, Twist Out Cancer Tribe? I am so excited to be included in tonight's Brushes with Cancer Gala. And I guess I'm best known as the cancer survivor who won the reality television show called Survivor. I'm also known as a friend and a longtime supporter of Twist Out Cancer. Well, for the next 6 minutes, I'm not going to be so much fun. I hate cancer, and you should hate it too. Let me tell you why. Cancer doesn't care who you are, how much money you make, what reality shows you've been on, or if you've suffered before. When I was 14 years old, cancer came into my home and it took my father away from me. So growing up, my only connection to cancer was through my dad. So to me, cancer equaled death. So you can imagine how terrified I was when I was first diagnosed at the age of 35. And this is how that all went down. I was an ex-pro soccer player training for the New York City Marathon. I was on top of the world. I was a happy, healthy young guy. But I was tormented by itchy skin, sleepless nights, and a bunch of confused doctors. And after months of wondering what was going on inside my body, I was diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer called CD20 positive Hodgkin's lymphoma. Trust me, I had never heard of it either. I had to endure multiple rounds of chemotherapy, 22 blasts of radiation, and my first stem cell transplant. And there were times going through treatment where I felt like my whole body had turned against me. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, my hair was falling out, felt miserable, I had no energy. But my expert team of doctors got the disease under control, or so we thought. The cancer returned just 20 months later. And getting the news that the cancer returned was deflating, exponentially more difficult than the first time around. And as a patient, it's really hard to articulate what it feels like to be seriously ill. It pays to have a positive outlook, but when your entire team of doctors try multiple ways of healing you that don't work, you panic. You freak out. I craved survival. But lucky for me, at that exact moment of time, just when I needed it the most, a new smart targeted therapy emerged on the market and was available for a select group of people in my exact situation. This drug got my cancer into remission, and I was able to go on to get my second stem cell transplant, this time using my brother Lee as the donor. So I've officially changed my name, everyone. My name is now Lethan, and I'm no longer my mom's favorite son, which is like the worst part about this whole cancer thing. But I'm lucky to be in remission for 7 years, but that was literally the most horrible experience in my life, and I live in fear that I may relapse again. Like, what then? Of course, good news deserves a celebration, but it's important to remember the patient after remission, because there's dump trucks full of uncertainty and invisible scars that need healing. And navigating this nightmare as a young adult forced me to hit the pause button on my life when all my other friends were just starting their life. And I've tried to convince myself that I'm past this psychological hangover. But all it takes is a newsletter, a hospital bill, a friend's GoFundMe page to wake it up. Cancer is scary. Surviving cancer and getting back on your feet is even more scary. And this is the critical piece of the puzzle I'm really trying to communicate to everyone. Cancer patients are desperate. We are literally waiting every second of every minute of every day for a glimmer of hope, a life-saving breakthrough, or relief from the emotional burden that cancer just drops on you. And there are times that I wanted to give up. But to understand that there are organizations like Twist Out Cancer and their programs like Brushes with Cancer that are on our side has given me and thousands of people just like me the confidence to fight like hell and stay alive for as long as we can. Nothing creates comfort and confidence more than knowing you're not alone when facing a life challenge. And that's why Twist Out Cancer is so amazing. And what's going on with the health of the world right now is just like totally bonkers. We're all adapting to this new and unknown set of circumstances where we're forced to adapt to these new parameters, and no one really knows how long this pandemic will actually last. And this feeling of uncertainty is driving us all mad and may be causing other feelings to bubble up, like feelings like sadness, heaviness, fear, anxiety. That's what it's like every single day for a cancer fighter and cancer survivor. Think about that. And now that I've survived, I live by the motto, never let a crisis go to waste, because it's an opportunity to do some really important things. So just like Jenna and all those amazing artists and cancer crushers, I've decided to turn my personal cancer crisis into an opportunity and make my battle public, share my story, and become a voice for the cancer community. And I truly hope that the details of my life may have the ability to help someone else out there. Because statistics, they numb us to what the real problems are. But they're not just faceless numbers. They're your friends, your family, your coworkers. They are our favorite artists, dancers, and musicians. And since I've shared my story, 21 people have reached out to me and said, my friend, my coworker, they had that same crazy itch and they went to the doctors and they got diagnosed with lymphoma. So playing some role in getting other people diagnosed early or helping them manage their cancer care has made it worthwhile for me to share my story. And you know what? It helped me to help others. It's that easy. Focusing on the plight of another human being literally helps you heal. At its core, Brushes with Cancer is about community. It's about helping the cancer community that we know locally, or the cancer community we'll never know all over the US, Canada, Israel, and around the world. So even with all our differences out there, old or young, man or woman, sesame or poppy, we all have one thing in common. We're all survivors on this earth for a very short time. And it's not about how or when we leave this world. It's about what we do to make the most of each day and each crisis while we're here. And I use the word we because I'm talking about the entire cancer community. We are all bonded in this fight. And for over 10 years, Twist Out Cancer has been the backbone for young adult cancer survivors, and every person here tonight is helping to build a dream for this community. And that's why I feel now, more than ever, it's critical to continue raising funds, raising awareness, and most importantly, to help continue Twist Out Cancer and make sure that they are thriving. So as we all celebrate being alive tonight and every other night, I'd like you to think about something. There are only two things in life that we can be absolutely certain about. One, we're all going to have to die. And two, we're all going to have to live until we die. So how are you going to live? So thank you all so much for having me here tonight. I just want to encourage everyone to dig deep, donate big, and stay safe. Thank you, everyone.
Ethan, that was fantastic and beyond inspiring. Team, we have to celebrate that. And we have to celebrate each other. We have to celebrate life. We have to celebrate health. And I'm here to help you do that. Now, I know I've been doing stretches with you all day, but it's for a reason. If you can, let me have you on your feet. It's time to twist it out. But first, we have to go over the movements. So I want you to think about this. Shoulders, turn them to the left. Hips, turn them to the right. And then we just alternate those sides. Now, if you feel funky, you can lift that heel, you can twist those shoulders, but you add that smile to your face and you get the body going. Hey, are you ready? Let's rock.
Take me by my little hand and go like this. Twist, stay, baby, twist. twisting till we tear the house down. Come on and twist, yeah, baby, twist. Yeah, just like this. Come on this and do the twist.
My legs hurt.
Yeah, you should see my little sis. You should see my little sis. She really knows how to rock. She knows how to twist. Come on and twist. Yeah. And do the twist. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. Twist on down.
Nice work, gentlemen. Nice work. Josh Gideon. Nice to meet you, man. I'm tired.
Over the past 9 years, we've provided thousands of individuals touched by cancer with psychosocial support through creative arts programming. And while we've been extremely fortunate to serve and honor and celebrate many of our participants' healing journeys, we've also parted ways with dear friends, family members, and colleagues. And at this time, we would like to acknowledge and honor past Brushes with Cancer participants who are no longer with us physically, but they are in our hearts and minds forever.
He wants to fight. Today I got the bad news. And all this time repairing us has gone too sad. We're used to holding back our thoughts and feelings, but now my heartbeats can be counted down. It's on your mind. At times of broken heart and letting go, I'm holding on to you, I'll never let you fall. Remember, it's just another brushstroke. And life, it doesn't wait, it doesn't promise anyone. You think it's over at the moment it's begun. So chin up, it's just another brushstroke. Oh, I want to live and make it right. You taught me love, I taught you fight. But how can I when you are gone? Oh, it's times of broken heart and letting go. I'm holding on to you, I'll never let you fall. Remember, it's just another brushstroke. Another brushstroke.
Good evening. My name is Gudrun, and I'm a breast cancer survivor, former Brushes Inspiration and co-chair, and current board member. In 2016, my daughter had just turned 1 year old. I had just finished breastfeeding her when I noticed a dimple in my right breast. Despite breast changes being completely normal during and after breastfeeding, I spoke with my doctor, who trusted my instincts and sent me for a mammogram. A short time later, I was diagnosed with stage 1 invasive ductal carcinoma. I had a mastectomy and hormone treatment. While going through all this, I was taking my daughter to music classes, and one of her teachers, Lauren Smoke, who had also gone through her own battle with breast cancer, pointed me in the direction of Brushes with Cancer. Brushes gave me the opportunity not only to share my story, but to also share my family's story. The painting that was made for me focused on my relationship with my daughter and how it strengthened my resolve. My husband told me it was healing for him as well, since it was the first time that I spoke openly about my experience. It was so impactful that I wanted to get involved. And here I am, 4 years later, a true believer in sharing, connecting, and healing. As you all know, Twist Out Cancer could not complete its life-changing work without your help. The dollars raised tonight will afford individuals struggling with isolation and grief the opportunity to participate in Brushes with Cancer, share, connect, and heal. With virtual events here to stay, our goal is to grow this program's reach to thousands of individuals touched by cancer globally. In the last year alone, we were able to expand our programs to include General Motors Austin and Detroit. Our goal for 2021 is to run simultaneous virtual events, in addition to 2 in-person programs, once it is safe to do so. This means that thousands of more individuals touched by cancer will have access to this life-changing programming. But to do so, we need your help. If you have been touched by this evening's experience and tonight's programming, please consider making a donation. All donations and purchases over $175 each will be matched by the Coleman Foundation with a $175 donation. To donate, please text the word brushes to the number 243-725. We greatly appreciate your generosity and could not do this without your support. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to the soulful and sultry Tanqueray Hayward. Tanqueray is a Philadelphia-based musician who began her musical career singing in church. Tanqueray has had the opportunity to sing with Pink and open for gospel artist Marvin Sapp. She is a treasured vocalist and proudly serves in the Navy. Tanqueray, take it away.
When you're down and in trouble and you need some love and care, nothing's going right. Ooh, close your eyes and think of me. And soon I will be there, hey, to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you again. world could be so cold. Sometimes people will hurt you and desert you. Take your soul if you let them. Don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you again. Oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you got to do is call, and I'll be there. You got a break. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you call me, I'll be there. When you need me, I'll be there. Through the good times, I'll be there. In the bad times, I'll be there. Oh, when you call me, I'll be there. When you need me, I'll be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Through the good times, I'll be there. In the bad, yeah, yeah, yeah. Lean on me when you're not strong. I will be there to help you carry on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I will be there. Hey, when you call me, I'll be there. When you need me, I'll be there. Oh, through the good times, I'll be there. And the bad times, oh, just a little bit softer now, just a little bit softer now. Call me, I'll be there. Need me, I'll be there. Good times, I'll be there. And the bad times, I'll be there. Call me, I'll be there. I'll be there. Good time, I'll be there. And the bad times, Lord, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Our thanks to Tanqueray for that very moving performance. Now, while many of you here tonight are participants of Brushes with Cancer, some of you may not fully understand what the whole process looks and feels like from the inside. And what you're about to see tonight is happening live and was never attempted before with any of our participants over the years. During the typical program, Artists and Inspirations, they connect over a period of about 6 months. But tonight, artist Elliot Fromm and his inspiration, August Spree, they are going to give us an intimate glimpse into how a cancer journey turns into a powerful piece of art within just a matter of moments. I've personally been waiting to see this the entire evening. Elliot and August, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Anthony. My name is August. I am 44 years old. I'm a mother of 3, and I am a cancer survivor. Elliot?
Hi, August. Nice to meet you virtually. I am 52, and I am a live performance painter, and I use the power of art to harness the power of giving back to charities. So I am so excited to be here. Not live, which we wanted to, but virtually with you guys. So August, thank you very much for joining us, and please, to the world, because we're on everywhere, tell us about your journey with cancer.
Okay, well, let's see. I was in my 20s. I had a very small child, and I was pregnant with my second son. And I noticed that I had a lump that just started to trouble me. It was very tender, and I called my doctor and went in, and I was told that it was nothing and that I had no reason to think that it was anything other than fatty tissue because I was a pretty healthy 27-year-old, and it continued to bother me. So I saw a couple of other doctors in the same practice, and I made separate appointments and went to see people, and everyone told me the same thing, and no one would biopsy or take a sample just to give me that peace of mind. So it got to the point, I think partially because of the pregnancy hormones and partially just because I was legitimately concerned, it got to the point where I called the hospital and tried to schedule myself an MRI. And the nurse on the phone actually chuckled and said, "You can't do that. You have to have a doctor place the order for the MRI." And I literally broke down in tears on the phone at that point and told her my entire story and how no one was taking me seriously, and I felt like something was wrong. And at that point she said, "Well, let me make an appointment for you with this doctor, and then we'll see what he says." So at that point I was in Chicago. I went to Northwestern. I met with the doctor, and he did say, similar to the other doctors, it's probably nothing, but if it will put your mind at ease, why don't we take a sample? And he did that right in his office that day, and told me to come back 2 weeks later and for the results, and also to remove the stitches. When I went back 2 weeks later, I had just hit 8 months along in my pregnancy. I actually went to that appointment by myself because I was sure that I had overreacted and that it would be nothing. And I had planned to go grocery shopping and run a bunch of errands after my doctor appointment. And I'll never forget, I walked into the room and he closed the door and he said 5 words to me that changed my life forever. And what he said was, "The thing is, it's cancer." And at that point, I remember very clearly him saying that sentence, and then I don't remember a whole lot very clearly after that until he grabbed my arm and said to me, "Are you okay? You look very pale," and asked if I needed water. So I think after that he was telling me a lot of things, but I didn't really absorb them. And I ended up leaving the office, and later I had to call back to ask for the details because I hadn't heard them when he was first telling me. And so part of the details were that at the time they thought it was sarcoma, which is a very aggressive form of cancer, and they weren't exactly sure. It was still not fully identified. So they had sent my tissue sample to Mayo Clinic for further analysis, and we would have to wait a couple more weeks for that to come back. In the meantime, I was 8 months pregnant, and so they said, just keep doing what you're doing, and we're going to hope that you can go into labor on your own and have your baby, and then that we can address this afterwards and have a better plan of action once you've had the baby.
So how'd you feel, August? Sorry to interrupt you. I mean, you're pregnant. So, I mean, is the baby the first thing on your mind, or cancer on your mind?
Absolutely. It was, you know what? It was both. I mean, I think fear came in pretty quickly, where I wondered if I would be here to raise that baby and the son that I already had. So that was a big piece of what I was feeling at the time. And the other part was just, cancer is this big, scary word. And it's just full of unknown. It's full of terrifying unknowns, and I was feeling really overwhelmed by that. And so I actually didn't want to tell anyone. I didn't want to say the words, I have cancer, to anyone. So I didn't tell my loved ones. I didn't tell my friends and family. And I sort of hid away for a little bit from people, which was pretty noticeable because that's not how I usually am.
So were you afraid, August, that they were going to talk more about your pregnancy than your cancer? Because I can't even imagine. You're worried about all that stuff.
I was just really worried that cancer would be the only thing anyone wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
It would just overwhelm everything. I was really afraid that cancer would own me, and I didn't want that to happen, and so I didn't want to talk about it. And it took me a while. I would say probably a couple of weeks to start to tell people what had happened, and that they were still trying to figure out what kind it was. And my very best friend, who we've been friends now for 28 years, who's been present at all of the births of my children, and she was the first to rally around me, and immediately just very supportive. We're gonna get you through this pregnancy, and then we're gonna get you through this cancer. And also at the same time still treated me like her friend and a human being,
Yep.
So I think she was a big part of me being able to emotionally and mentally cope with everything happening at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I think friends are such a huge support network that you need to get through it. You think you can most likely get along by yourself, but you really need a whole big support group to get you through it.
Right. And I did find that there were things I didn't share. I didn't really talk about how scared I was, or how deeply I was affected, because I just moved into focusing on finishing the pregnancy and having a healthy baby and all of that. And later, when I was able to participate in Brushes with Cancer, I actually opened up and started talking about how scared I was, and what that actually felt like in those moments. And I hadn't realized until then that there were things I still hadn't processed. And so I think being able to share my story really helps with that process of, the extra layer of healing.
So August, how did Brushes with Cancer help you out in the beginning?
So it just, I guess I should say that I had my son, and he's healthy, and we just celebrated his 17th birthday. So everything's good there. And by the time I did my first stint with Brushes with Cancer, or my first experience with Brushes with Cancer, he was 9. And so it was a long time after I had gone through the experience, but I was able to finally open up about, like I said, some of the emotions that I was feeling at the time, and share that with another person, with the artist that I was matched with. And I realized I hadn't really dealt with it, right? I hadn't talked about it. My friends and family were trying really hard to help me get through it and to help me be strong. And so there wasn't really that moment where I got to just break down and say, this is really what I'm feeling. And even though it was years later, it was so cleansing and so healing to be able to express that and actually put words to what I was feeling in those moments of being diagnosed and going through treatment and surgery and everything like that.
And how are your kids now that, it's been a while since you been going on? Do you worry about the kids, and do they worry about cancer, and how is it affecting them as you move through life,
That is a good question. So they know my story, and especially my middle son. I have 3 boys now, and they are 19, 17, and 14. So I did have one more son after that. And they have come along to Twist Out Cancer events with me and volunteered. So they're very much aware of my story and how it affected our family. But I don't think that at this point it's still a fear for them. I still have my yearly checkups and what we call in the community what we call scanxiety. Every time you have a scan, you have that anxiety that comes along with it when you're waiting for the results. But I don't think it's a regular fear on their part. Although I don't know. I don't think that I've actually asked them that question. So now that you've asked me, I'm going to.
Sorry I brought that up, but I think it's a fair question to ask, with the kids.
It really is,
I have a friend, the father had colon cancer, and he needs to be screened all the time, and even he talks to his kids that are young that they're going to have their checkups throughout life.
Right.
Wow. So I get from your story, the inspiration of wanting to tell people and afraid of it, and now needing your support group and your friends are there for you, and this painting is kind of based on that, of a support group, needing friends when you go through cancer, and you just need all the love that you can have, to get you through the hard times. So this piece kind of resembles that. Anything else you'd like to share with everybody, August?
I guess I just want to say, when I was saying I didn't want the cancer to own me, what I eventually realized was that I could own that part of my story without the cancer overtaking me and who I am and my strength and my endurance and my perseverance. And I think that that's important for people to remember because, like I mentioned, cancer is such a big word, and it's a big menacing word, right? And so it doesn't have to own you. Just because you had cancer or have cancer doesn't mean that cancer has you. So that's, I think...
Yeah, and it's part of your life, and that's what you went through. You can't discontinue it. This brought you on through your journey now through life. What's going to be now your second part of life of going through, I think it's an amazing thing that you don't forget about it, It didn't take you over. You got through it and you moved on, and you're leading a great life. The little bit I've known you, that we talk, it's fantastic. All right, August, we are done. Are you ready to see your painting?
Yes, I can't wait.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
So the hearts represent to me the outreach for the support group, and you have, kind of abstract hands there, but those are the hands reaching out for the love and support.
That is stunning. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I mean, it's beautiful. It's perfect. I can see how it encapsulates that part of my story, and can't believe you did this in a matter of moments. It's incredible.
Well, thank you. I had an amazing time in the journey doing it with you.
Okay, mind blown. That was simply amazing watching that unfold in real time. That exceptional piece of artwork is going up on the virtual gallery and the auction site very, very shortly. And thank you so much to both of you for that unique experience. Absolutely unbelievable. August Spree and artist Elliot Fromm. And with that, we will be right back. Everybody, thank you so much for being with us tonight, for sticking around. As a reminder, the art auction will officially be closing 15 minutes following tonight's program. And if artwork hasn't been purchased yet, you can still opt to choose the buy it now option and purchase the artwork outright. Please note, all sales are final. And following the closing, a Twist Out Cancer staff member will be reaching out to the winners. That is to coordinate pickup and delivery or shipping based on your location. Also, a text message will be sent to the winners of the raffle, which will be drawn at 9 p.m. sharp tonight. Also, don't forget, the premier raffle is also closing very, very shortly. And once again, you can win that 7-night luxury stay in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico for you and 7 other people. And that's good between now and the year 2024. So get your ticket on the auction site. Plenty of time to take advantage of that. Once again, all donations and purchases made over $175 are going to be matched by the Coleman Foundation with their own $175 donation. So this is the time to maximize your impact by donating at that threshold or above. Just text the word brushes to the number 243-725. Once again, that is brushes to 243-725 to maximize your impact with that matched donation. Once again, thank you so much to our sponsors, to our board members, the host committee, staff, volunteers, benefactors, and everyone else who has been involved with this unbelievable organization. Our impact wouldn't be possible without your generosity and your support. Once again, thank you so much. And thank you again to the Grand Kimball Lodge for hosting us tonight in this stunning space. Please do stay, eat, and drink at your leisure. Dance as well with DJ John Simmons. This is Anthony Ponce signing off from the northwest side of Chicago, and I hope to see you in person next year. Good night.
Shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be, what you can truly be.
Rocksteady, baby, that's what I feel now. Let's call the song exactly what it is. Step and move your hips with a feeling from side to side. Sit yourself down in your car and take a ride. And while you're moving, rock
But I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out, I'm the CASN, the OVA, and the rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the doctor of the mix. These reasons I'll tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1" and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a T. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards, I got two big cars, that definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Him and talking my checkbook, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a sucker or a punk from the rock and not a dime till I made it again. Everybody go, hotel, motel, what you gonna do today? 'Cause I'm gonna get a fly girl, gonna get some spring and drive off in a death OJ. Everybody go, hotel, motel, holiday inn. Say if your girl starts acting up.
Come on and get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up on the wall. Tell me. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up on the wall. 'Cause I heard all the people saying, get down on it. Come on and get down on it. If you really want it, get down on it. You gotta feel it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on and get down on it. Baby, baby. Get down on it. Get on it.
My baby's always dancing and wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't get no loving, and that's no lie. We spent the night in
now. Get up off of that thing and dance till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and shake, shake, say it now. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off. Good God. So good. Everybody ready? Follow me. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Get up off